All right, welcome to the show, guys. I know it's been a long one. Haven't seen you in a few days because I've been very busy, very busy with real life, obviously. Now, crypto. The reason I didn't actually do any updates recently was it doesn't really make much of a difference where we are right now. I've talked about it many days ago on the last video. Actually, I talked about it. I said, look, it doesn't make any difference. We haven't really broken the trend yet. There are some good news and there are some bad news. The good news is that we have managed to come out of the 200-week moving average, which is fantastic because we did go there 2 weeks ago. Last week we were there most of the time until last few days, where we did manage to get out of that, which is really good. So we invalidated that temporarily, okay, obviously. But bad news, so let's just jump into it, right? The bad news is that yes, we're above the 200-day moving average, but we're below the 50-day moving average. And so for us to invalidate the trend and start moving back up again, we need to start seeing us go back above the 50-day moving average in order for us to cancel the upcoming death cross. Now, you know, I've talked about this a few weeks back, and I said, look guys, there's a death cross forming and it looks like it's going to be happening around January, somewhere in the mid-January. There's no specific date for it, obviously, because every day is the 200-day and every day is the 50-day. But I just wanted to warn you guys that that is something that's on the radar and that is something that is coming. So just be prepared. Now, I've had a few brothers ask me, you know, what's your plan? What are you planning to do? What's the, you know, levels you're looking at? I have to be honest with you, I'm still hoping for a 40K. Okay, I'm definitely hoping for a 40K. And that's not me being negative, that's me being positive actually. I'm actually hoping for a 40K. I think it's, you know, looks a lot more healthy for us to do a 40K bounce, right? So I would love to see us wick down to 40, probably a great zone to buy again. Of course, if it doesn't happen, it's fine. Now, looking at other datas, right? So I've been looking at the weekly, larger time frames, and one thing I have noticed is how we are currently actually still trending up. So, you know, like when people say this bull market's over, well, actually, no. Remember what I say to you guys, what bear market, right? You know, BTC has been on an uptrend the whole time. Now, there are other data that suggest that this is true because, for example, we've got more and more hodlers coming on board, right? So what we can see is as Bitcoin progresses, more and more people are deciding to hold their coins, right? They're not selling, you know, I mean, forget the guys who do it every day. These are traders, right? But hodlers, we've seen more and more numbers increase. You know, the wallet balance is not moving at all. So that's good sign. That means people are have a lot of strong faith in the coin, and this could, you know, easily continue for longer. And this kind of leads me into the conversation we had, like, I don't know, 6-7 months ago about the lengthening cycle. So there is a video regarding this actually as well. It's like, you know, diminishing returns but lengthening cycles. So one of the things that we can see is this cycle looks like it wants to continue, right? And if this is the case, then things change, because, you know, a lot of people say, oh, bull market only lasts for this long, or bear market lasts for this long. And I've proved this before on the charts as well, that the longest ever we've had a bear market was about 18 months, right? So the longest bear market, we had 18 months. And previously, back in 2015, we actually had almost the 2015 to 2017, right? 2.5 to almost close to 3-year bull run. And this particular one seems to be doing the same thing, because technically the previous bull run ended back in 2017 to December, or 2018, January, whatever you want to call it. But then it restarted, okay, after a few months, right? Because remember, it's not, I mean, it's okay to say, oh, this is a bull market or this is a bear market when we go below a certain threshold or we go above a certain threshold, right? But once you're starting seeing market momentum, and it doesn't take, you know, it doesn't happen in a day, it takes months and months. And this is what I've mentioned to you guys many times, right? That by the time you find out that the market is, you know, in a bull market, it's already too late. And by the time you find out we're in a bear market, it's already too late, right? So the way to move forward is always prep for it, right? You got to be prepared for it. You got to, you know, be 2 steps ahead. So this is what I'm planning for. So I'm thinking 40k seems reasonable. I want to see a 40k. Of course, if it's a bear market, then I want a 30k, right? So bear market, I want a 30k. But if we're still in a bull market, then I want a 40k. I want to see a bounce on the 40k. I want to see people cashing out, whales, whoever you want to call it, right? Take their money out, take it out of the, to pay the taxes or whatnot, because it is at the end of the year right now. I want to see all of that news reflect. Obviously, no FUD, none of that business, no FOMO business here, right? But just want to see, it come down to the 40, at least test the 40, 41k. I've got a buy order around the 42. I want to see that tested. And then we're going to start pushing forward if we are going to continue. And if not, then of course I'm ready at the 30k as well. I'm ready at the 25k as well, just in case, 20k as well. But the point is we need to see this, because I think this would be a really good reset for us for the year. So if we want 2022 to be continuous and it to shoot up, right, go to another level, then we need to see BTC at least testing the 40k one more time, and then moving forward. I think this is going to be one of the key moments for us, like in this market, where we can actually probably hit towards the 100k. I know everybody wants 100k, right? Everybody that I know wants to see 100k. Everyone's hodling for 100k. Of course, we are also hodling as well. Everybody's hodling as much as they can. But when we talk about portfolios, we do talk about split portfolios, right? You split it into 2, 3, whatever portions that your strategy is. Like, for example, I've talked about my spot trading strategy. I've talked about my leverage trading portfolio. So these are different portfolio. And then I've talked about the cash portfolio as well, liquid portfolio, you name it. There's so many different, like I've got like 4 or 5 different portfolios, right? Even one just for staking, just for the sake of it, right? But that's how it works. You've got a portfolio for pretty much everything. And I'm just hoping that by the way, guys, if there's any noise or anything, it's pouring down here. It's London, pouring. I'm on the motorway, so it might be a bit noisy, but ignore that. Portfolios are very important, right? So once you have the correct portfolio, or if you have your split portfolio, it really doesn't matter what direction the market goes. There could be a chance that you might not be making money, but you're not going to lose money. If you have a portfolio and you understand how to manage your portfolio, manage your risk, obviously. I always say that to people. I say, look, guys, you need to have discipline. Very important, right? And this is why I'm just standing on the sidelines right now, because I'm waiting for it to come to the 41, even the 40, right, to some extent. And to be honest, right, the number that I'm seeing is actually 39. But even then I'm saying 40, 41, because I want to be a little more friendly with BTC, because I know that whatever number you see with BTC may not be possible. It's usually slightly higher or maybe lower, right? So when we say 39, it's not going to be 39. It'll probably go below that, or it will probably bounce above that, because the bulls are waiting there, right? There are people waiting there with their money to protect those support levels. So that's what I'm looking at anyway. So as I said, there's good news, there's bad news, right? On the weekly, yes, everything is looking fantastic. We've opened up positive. We opened up on a green day, fantastic. Everything's looking fantastic, right? But remember, it's only 1 week. So what we need is now we need to complete this week up to next Sunday, and then give us the confirmation. So that's very important for us. We need a confirmation candle ASAP. Now looking at the daily, actually it doesn't look bullish at all. Daily signals we're getting is actually bearish, right? So we're getting indication on the stochastic RSI that we want to come down. Now whether we come down today, tomorrow, we don't know. But as I said, if you look at the 200 week moving average, you can see where we are right now. If you look at the 50-day and the 200-day moving average, you can see where we're heading as well, and what we need to do to invalidate those points. So I'm hoping this kind of mini update sorts out some of the stuff, and also gets me back into the game. I know some of the guys have been very silent, but I just wanted to let you guys enjoy your holidays. Plus, I've had a bit of an issue. I know you guys know about this somewhat. Some of the guys know exactly what happened. So I had some sort of an issue that I had to resolve immediately. In fact, I'm not even in, so I'm wearing some clothes that I'm actually going and doing some building work. So a lot of guys know about this regarding the renovation and everything as well. So I've been very tied up, very busy. I'm on a deadline. I need to get everything done before New Year's Eve, and then obviously New Year's Eve is going to be a big day, so we see how that works out, and obviously move on from there. So there's a lot going on in my life, real life. That's one of the reasons why I've just been so busy, so disconnected in a sense, right? And I'm not joking. This recording you're seeing here is the first video I've done on YouTube, for YouTube, since the last one I did on a live, right? My laptop has not been touched since that last video, so I haven't really been online, I haven't been on Discord, I haven't been anywhere, right? Just been really busy time wise, just kind of running around doing my thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those, so I thought I'll drop you guys an update. Hopefully you guys could forgive me for missing a few, but you know what, it's very demanding. I've noticed, like, yes, when I'm free, when I can do it, yeah, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever you can do, but sometimes I just have to probably kind of limit myself and probably just do these kind of mini updates or something, because time is something I don't have. And I know there's a few good friends as well that I know who have mentioned, like, why don't you do this, why don't you do that, and trust me, they've given me brilliant suggestions, even like regarding schooling, doing lessons like tuition and this and that, and it's good money. But at the end of the day, my answer to them was, I don't have time, I need two things. And it was like, what? I was like, well, I need time in team. If I don't have a good team to manage those time, and if I don't have enough time on my hand, I've got a problem. I can't do it. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens. Let's see what 2022 brings us. So I'm not going to say anything yet, but I think 2022 is going to be a brilliant year for myself. To be honest, it's going to be definitely a brilliant year for myself. And let's see where it goes. So I'm hoping the best for everybody else as well. Of course, I'm going to see you guys on a video very soon. So hopefully everything should be done and finished and sorted out by the 30th of this month. Hopefully, fingers crossed, right? That's the deadline I'm working on, basically, anyway. So as soon as I can sort all of those out, then I should be back to my normal routine, doing my daily streams, probably even these drive time ones as well. I should be okay. So let me just fix these things and I'll be back to normal. Listen guys, I'm just a normal guy, and remember, I don't come to YouTube to entertain anybody. I don't come there for any money or anything like this. I come there purely by demand. And I can tell you one thing, since we've entered this kind of bearish situation, the demand has been low, and that's very common, very common. There's only been a handful of people who are excited, who understand, who are like, oh dude, we're bloody, should we buy this, should we buy that? But most of the other people, I've noticed, are very silent, because obviously they don't know what direction the market's going, and they're experiencing this for the first time. Some of the guys who have experienced it last year are okay with it. The guys who haven't the first time, yes, I understand you're feeling a little bit uneasy, you really don't know what to do, you're feeling a bit confused, but don't worry, that's what we're here for. We keep calm, we stay 2 steps ahead, and we play the market for what the market is, you know what I mean? So yeah, other than that, listen guys, thank you very much for, if you've stuck on to this up to this long. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on another one. Like, share, subscribe, and as I said, I'll catch you on another one very soon. So other than that, adios my amigos, and I'm going to continue driving. I've got another 50 miles to go. Adios.